I think you need to see me more maybe than you. Like you can kind of be in it.
Should we put the whole thing back more?
No, I think this is fine. Hi, Anne. So good to see you back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
Good. All right. I would like to start the coaching session off today with asking how you are feeling in this moment.
I'm feeling really good. I left last week feeling really inspired, so I'm excited to be back and talk about everything.
Okay, so you're feeling good. You had a week break.
Yep.
How was your break?
It was good. It was nice. Lots of me time, as we talked about, and good to see family and eat good food. So
yeah. Seeing family is always good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good environment to be in. What was the best thing that happened to you since our last session?
The best thing that happened to me, was probably just being with family and hanging out and getting a little bit of relaxing time with such a busy schedule. That doesn't always happen. So
okay, so I'm hearing that you did have some time to relax then over break.
Yes, watched lots of movies, so that was good.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we had talked about last time. Good. All right, starting on your weekly goals, what would you like to talk about first? Which one would you like to talk about?
I'll talk about my first goal, which was on Sunday, I will research fitness options in Iowa City and search for gyms so I can find one that best fits my interests. And I found two that I really liked. One of them was the Hot House Yoga, and the other one was Iowa City Fitness. And I like them both because they're really convenient to where I live, so that would be good for my busy schedule. It'd be easy to get there. But that's kind of all I got.
Okay, so you found two gyms. Can you tell me a little bit more about your process of searching, what you were looking for, how you knew?
Yeah. So with a really busy schedule, it was all about location and just making it as convenient for me as possible. So I actually go work out, which is my problem now. So yeah, definitely location. So I picked two that were just right downtown. Also considering price a little bit, just being on a limited budget was limiting, and the Hot House Yoga would be a little bit of a splurge, but I think I could handle it. So
okay, so you think you have a lot of good options in the location area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good that we don't have to go too far out. That'll help you keep it in your schedule and keep it something consistent that you can do.
Definitely.
Okay, good. What was the best experience when your gym search process?
Yeah, I got really excited about the Hot House Yoga place, just because they have so many different classes, and it just, I liked how it was a set time, so you work out from noon to 1 or 8 to 9 or whatever, and your start and finish is just set for you instead of just going to a gym and being done whenever you feel done. So
okay, good. So you like kind of the amount of options that they have. Yeah. Can you tell me more about how you think that would kind of step in line with the rest of your goals? How do you think?
Yeah. So my third goal was I'll buy a calendar before our next session and make a list of my obligations so I can work with my coach on scheduling and prioritizing. And I think this would be good for me because all my meetings have, my meetings for my student orgs and my classes all have set times, and so it'd just be a matter of fitting it into my schedule somewhere, which you could help me with. Or it also goes with one of my 3-month goals too, with making a schedule at the beginning of each week.
Perfect. Okay. So then back to the fitness goal, then you had quite a bit of success with that, you would say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Do you still think that there's some more searching that you could do? Or what would you rank your percentage of success, with 0 being completely unsuccessful, which it sounds like you felt kind of successful on that goal, and 100 being 100% successful? Where do you think you fall in line with satisfying that goal?
Yeah, I think I'm at about 60 or 65 right now, because I did find 2 really good options, but I am looking for something that's not so limiting. My ideal situation would be if Iowa City Fitness had classes, so I could do classes at the gym and also do a little cardio if I'm feeling like that one day. But I like the structure of Hot House Yoga, but then at the same time, I don't like how limiting it is, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you're really kind of ironing out your options and sort of exploring what works best for you. And that's great. That will, help you adhere to it. It'll help you make sure you're getting there and you're satisfying those goals. So that's really good. All right, which goal would you like to discuss next? I know you mentioned the third one.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the second one though.
Okay.
It's I will go to the grocery store on Monday and get healthy food for the week, so I don't have to resort to fast food.
Okay.
And I kind of want to change this a little bit, just because although like I want to get healthy food, I want it to be more like convenient food. Just like because I am so on the go, and that's why I get fast food is because it's quick and ready to go. So like more something that I could like just grab and go, but is still healthy. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is that you do like the option, you do like the goal that we set of going to the grocery store,
Yes.
but you kind of want to modify that a little bit so that maybe your grocery trips are spent getting food that will help you stay on schedule a little more rather than
like on the go food.
Okay, yeah. So that maybe like meal prep is taken just a little bit longer than you would expect it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's talk a little bit more about that then and how we can kind of move forward with that goal.
Okay.
What would you say was the most positive experience coming out of your grocery store run from the last week?
Well, I found a lot of healthy options, like snack options that you can take, like just like bars, like cachet bars and stuff like that. And I actually really like them, but they're definitely not a substitute for a whole meal, if you know what I mean. Even though they are like energy bars, I just didn't find that they were as filling for as long. So definitely looking into something with like quicker meal prep times, or even something that I can make the night before and like it'll still be good the day after or something like that.
Okay, good. So it sounds like you've explored a lot of options, and it's good that you are still keeping in line with your nutrition and recognizing that maybe those bars might not be the best option, even though you did like them and their convenience and easy. We kind of need to strike a little bit better of a balance between
Meals
the convenience and still going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So what did you learn from that experience then, other than where do you think you can go moving forward here in exploring all of the options that the grocery store has to offer?
Yeah, I think I probably learned, because I think last week I was really focused on like healthy food and healthy eating. And I think this week I know my focus is just more convenience, because just with my lifestyle being so busy, like I think last week I was more in like an ideal world with I want to eat super healthy all the time, but it's just not like, that's not the most important thing at this point. So that's probably the best thing I learned.
Right. Okay. So just making sure it kind of stays in step with the rest of your goals and it's not.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So we can discuss that a little bit more moving forward. What would you say, where would you rate your percentage of success with goal number 2? 0 being completely unsuccessful and 100% being completely successful.
I'd say 40%, because I did explore the health food section and like got some things that I really liked. Definitely would like buy those bars again as a snack or something to tide me over. But there's definitely room for improvement in like the prep time and the cooking time and just like exploring with that, which I think will also just come with time and sticking to it. So.
Right, absolutely. So it sounds like it's been quite a learning experience for you so far, and we're only on the first week, so that's good. That's encouraging. You still have a lot to learn, obviously, with going to the grocery store. I mean, you've made one big change in your life, and with just going to the grocery store and avoiding the fast food. So we can kind of tweak that and refine that, and we can keep that goal around for the following weeks just to make sure we're staying in touch with it. And then moving on to your third goal.
Yeah, so I will buy a calendar before our next session and make lists of my obligations so I can work with my coach on scheduling and prioritizing. So yeah, I bought a calendar and everything, and I've listed my priorities just with like school being first, and then I'm already committed to student organizations, so that being second. But I do want like health and fitness to come definitely third, and I don't know, just making sure that I can fit that in my schedule.
Okay, good. So I hear you did buy the calendar then?
Yeah.
Okay, good. How was that experience for you? Did you?
It was good. I realized I'm really
there's
busy.
kind of a lot of calendars out there too.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah. I just bought a planner and it goes week by week. So, like we talked about, I'll just on Sunday kind of plan when my workout is gonna go in there, and then hopefully because I get in a routine with school and student org, so it can just become part of my routine.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And just with moving forward, just trying to make sure that we do that at the beginning of the week.
Like
Sunday
night or
Monday
morning. morning.
And then how was your overall experience with doing that, with listing your obligations? I know you said you got a few of them down.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to explore that further with kind of getting more obligations down so that we can really get a tighter schedule? Or did you feel like the schedule was
I liked writing them down. I felt like it would help too if this would take a lot of planning, but just because I think goal too with the grocery shopping was my weakest point.
Okay.
So something with getting my meals written down and maybe what I'm gonna eat each day, so I just don't even have to think about meal prep. It's oh yeah, I'm eating chicken on Tuesday or something, and then I just know to go and make that or whatever. Yeah, so more of the food obligations, because that's probably my weakest point.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is maybe even a more cohesive plan
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the week would do,
Yeah.
not just the scheduling time base, but kind of all of the obligations, the grocery list,
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah, I think I'd like it all in one place and just to think about it all at once and get it down on paper, because I felt like it helped to write it down.
Okay, so then what did you learn from then doing that? Just that you need a more comprehensive, is that what I'm hearing? Or
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
So I definitely learned that it helps to write things down. It makes me remember things, and I think just helped me see that there definitely is time to work out, and that I was writing down everything I wanted to do that week, and I was what did I do these past few weeks in those hours? I'm just wasting time. So there's definitely room for this, which was encouraging, because before I just came in, I felt like I was so busy and stressed out that I was I don't have any time, but I definitely do. There's definitely hours in my day. So that was definitely got me excited about coming and doing this.
Good, great. Okay, so it sounds like you're kind of gaining a little bit more self-awareness. You're kind of learning a lot about yourself and figuring out that maybe your days aren't quite as hectic as they had originally been if you just kind of sit down and plan them out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. Where would you rank your success on this goal? 0 being completely unsuccessful and 100% being 100% successful.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty high one too. I'd say again 65 or 70, because and I think with this one I see the value in it too. So I'm excited to keep going with it, which was exciting for me. So yeah, and it went really well. I definitely, if anything, want to add more instead of take away. So
perfect. And I heard you mention values. So do you think that these goals, how did they connect with your values? I know that in our last session you had talked about how you were really on the job search, and that was a really big priority for you, and it was kind of almost overwhelming and kind of taking the place of some of the other tasks.
Yes.
So do you feel like these goals have kind of fallen in step with that, or do you feel like they're adhering to your values the way that you would like them to?
Yeah, I think that the job search is always going to be stressful, and with goal number 3, with making a list and setting certain times with it, it's just I'm okay, from 6 to 7 at night I'm going to do job search, but I'm not going to do it a little bit throughout the day. So just limiting my time going on LinkedIn and job boards and stuff and just putting it all in one time has helped a lot. And also it makes me not stress out about it all day, because before I would be just oh, I'll look at this quick, and then I get stressed about it, and then I look at it again 3 times a day. So it's definitely better just to put it in 1 hour and then focus on it then.
Okay, so the schedule is
helping
immensely with that. All right, that's very good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's speaking of values, let's go back and look at your 3-month goals and just make sure that those are, kind of still adhering to our values and making sure that they're still in step with our wellness vision. We don't want to, get too far off track. Make sure that those are still what we're prioritizing.
Yeah. Okay, so the first goal is I will experiment with several different types of physical activity in order to find the one that I enjoy and participate in regularly. So I definitely tried to do this a little bit with looking at different types of gym memberships with the Hot House yoga stuff, and then just a gym with equipment. So yeah, I'm excited to get going on that, and I think that I'd like to see multiple types of exercise in my schedule. So maybe something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday I do yoga, and then Tuesday, Thursday I do something else. But yeah, so I think that one's going pretty well. It kind of goes with my first one.
Okay, yeah. So you're learning quite a bit from, especially from the 3 month. You're learning quite a bit from the physical activity one, just about kind of what your preferences are. That's what I'm hearing. And I mean, just kind of what all the options are, because I know that we had talked that in your wellness vision that we discussed at our first session, you had talked about how you just kind of wanted more energy, and you just wanted, you know, you wanted the physical activity to be a regular thing and not quite as much an obligation as something that you just kind of enjoy and you can kind of escape to do. So
exactly.
Good. All right. So your commitment to that physical activity goal is still pretty high, would you say?
Yeah, I like that. And I like how we incorporated different types of activity because, like, in high school, being so active in one way was fine, but now I don't know how to work out at a gym. Like, I've never been to a gym really by myself. So, like, definitely want to experiment with that because I know some people really enjoy it. I just think I've never been, like, introduced to that. But I also do like the structure like I had when I was younger. So that's where, like, I like how we're incorporating several types of physical activity for me. I think that's really fitting.
Perfect. Yeah. And I mean, from what you said about your high school experience, you do have this, you know, kind of platform of wanting to exercise and wanting to be physically fit. It's just
like I've lost it with all the stuff
helping
that I have going on.
Exactly. All right. Perfect. What about your other goals? Do you think that your other 3-month goals need any revision, or do you think that we're good where we stand on those?
Well, okay, so my next one is I'll create schedules at the beginning of each week to help me use my time efficiently so I don't exhaust myself. And I definitely want to keep that one because I liked my calendar experience this week, so I think that'll go great with my lifestyle and just help me like stay sane for the next week. So, and I think a week is a good amount of time to look ahead, where it's not like too far ahead where I'm stressing myself out about trying to plan a month ahead, but it's like it's just like an obtainable amount of time to look at.
All right, so I'm feeling like you have quite a bit of confidence in that one, especially after experimenting last week and getting your calendar and stuff. And I know we had talked about, you know, if we should schedule it by the day or schedule it by the month. And
I like
right now a week is working for you.
Yeah, I think that's for my lifestyle right now. That's all I need. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do in a month, and I don't know if I need to at this point in my life. So I think I think that's good for me.
Absolutely, yeah, and I mean, your level of you sound very committed to that, and that you can take it a week at a time. That's what works best for you, and that's perfect. All right. And then your third one? Yeah,
I will devote at least 1 hour every day to me time so I can relax my mind and body and alleviate stress. I like this, the idea of this one. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to like do it, which is another reason why I got excited about yoga, because I felt like that could be like an hour of me time, because it's not like you're running for an hour or something. It's like kind of calming, but you're working at the same time and just bringing your focus elsewhere. So I liked that with that, but I don't know. I think I would like more like ideas on how to do this, I think.
Okay, yeah. So I think we have about 10 minutes left in our session, and we can take this time to like talk about whatever you would like to. And it sounds like you have a lot of interest in the yoga thing. Can I ask your permission to kind of explore that a little bit more and get kind of deeper into your motivation for that and your commitment there?
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm really drawn to yoga and like the structure of a class, because like I said, in high school I was like a ballerina, so every class was the same, and I liked the structure of that, knowing what was coming, and that like I felt like it was a good way for me to get better at things, because I knew like, oh, I'm really good at like Grand Allegro, but I'm really bad at Petit Allegro or whatever. So it's like I had my focus areas and I had my strengths. So I don't know, that I liked that. I felt like the same type of thing would come from like a yoga or Pilates class, just knowing like, oh, I'm good at this part of the class, but I need to work harder at this part.
Okay.
So I liked that a lot. With the yoga thing, my only like concern with the yoga thing is I do like to do cardio sometimes too. So like, not if I just get a membership there, it would be like kind of limiting to, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't do cardio because I'd be taking up my time there and like getting my workout done there and then not doing more than that. So I don't know. But yeah. But I'm motivated to do the yoga thing. I'm excited about it.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, throughout this whole discussion, it sounds like you're very schedule oriented. You know, kind of like that sort of structure. It kind of motivates you because those provide you with sort of like stepping stones.
Yeah,
and kind of
checking it off the list is like the best feeling.
like a progress report, more or less, kind
Yeah,
of. Okay,
yeah.
good. So that's what is drawing you to yoga, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and like the timing, I liked how it was like a set class, and it's just you make it work and you go and you just fit it in. So instead of like having an open-ended time at a gym.
So how do you think that this engagement in yoga will allow you to accomplish like what you really want right now and right now in this moment?
I think it'll be a good like almost stepping stone, like you said, into like getting into physical activity again, and like I think it'll be a good like structure thing that I can just go to, and I know I just have to be there for an hour and like get through it, and then I'm done for the day or like the next 2 days or whatever I decide. And I don't know. I really like how it just like fits in with your schedule and it's like a set time. That's like what's really drawing me to it. I think I'm like intimidated of a gym because I don't really know what to do at gyms, and I just feel like you could go and like I would go for 20 minutes and be like, oh, that's good enough. Like, which I don't want to do. I want to like push myself to do more, but not overexhaust myself where I get to the point where I just don't want to do anything anymore. So,
okay. So it sounds like you're really motivated to do this, and as long as we can, you know, kind
Make it work.
of be proactive and make it work in your schedule, your level of motivation alone should really help you help you satisfy that goal.
Yeah.
How do you think that your environment, what sort of environment are you in with, you know, your living and your friends? I know you said your school, you aren't working right now, but how do you think your environment will impact your...
Yeah, that's like what I'm nervous about too, is like just being a student and like living with like 4 of my friends. It's just you kind of like never know what's gonna come up, and so I want to be able to like live up senior year too, and like do what I like, do fun things too, and like so it's just hard because my environment is kind of unpredictable, and also like with the job search and the interview process, like they can be like, oh yeah, we want you to interview, come to Chicago, and I have to just go, and so then like if I go on a Monday, like my grocery thing's off, and then like my workout's off for the week, and I just feel like there's so many things that can throw off my workout schedule which is why I've gotten into this habit of just not, because it's like, well, I can't go every Monday, so I won't go or whatever. But yeah, I think my unpredictable environment has definitely been something that's like hurt my workout like for the past semester or whatever, and I don't know, so that kind of intimidates me, I guess.
Okay, and then how are you feeling when, you know, something does come up and you're maybe thrown off course a little bit, or you miss a workout, or you know, don't get to the grocery store? How is that making you feel?
Well, I feel like if I just didn't go to, like, I couldn't make it to my grocery store run or whatever, I just would go back to fast food for that week, which is what I'm trying to avoid. But yeah, that's why I definitely want to like work on the grocery store goal to be more about convenience. So I still like have those convenient foods and at home, and I can like do that even if I do miss something. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard, it's stressful because you just kind of never know what's going to be thrown at you and never know where you're going to have to be. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So brainstorming with ways to move forward from here. We want to keep in touch with what sort of goals of last week's goals do we want to alter those a little bit, or what would you like to be the goals moving forward before the next session?
I like the gist of all of them, and I like how we have like a physical activity one, a scheduling one, and a food one, because I think that fits like exactly what I want. The only thing is the grocery store one is just like, I'm just like struggling with it because of I wanted to focus on health foods, and I think this was perfect for last week's, but experimenting with it, I just need to look more at convenient foods.
Okay, yeah, so maybe we can change up that goal a little bit for the next time. If the other two are still working for you, we can keep those consistent.
I definitely like the first and the last one.
Okay, perfect. All right, so then in looking at how to kind of make your second goal with the grocery store a little bit more efficient and make sure that, you can satisfy it a little better so that you're happy with it. What changes would you like to make to it before our next session?
Well, I don't know if like, do grocery stores have people you can like talk to, or that I could like have a meeting with, and then they could kind of walk me through the store and like show me and stuff? Because I mean, I know this sounds weird, but I've never been like taught how to grocery shop, so I think that would like help me. I don't know.
No, absolutely, and that's a legitimate concern. Like, and grocery stores they have registered dietitians?
Yeah, that'd be like perfect.
Okay.
So maybe a goal to like meet with one of them in the next week.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a move in the right direction. She can kind of guide you. She's not gonna, tell you exactly what you need to get, what you can't get.
Yeah.
She's not gonna preach to you or anything. I mean, if you can just get in contact with her, it sounds like that would be a good step in helping you kind of get a little bit more structure on your grocery runs then, so you're not feeling quite as as overwhelmed once you get there.
And so they take less time too, because I feel like I could walk around for like 4 hours.
Okay, cool. How confident are you in that? Approaching a dietitian or reaching out to them and kind of working in a sort of collaboration. How confident are you in that?
Yeah, I think like coming here has like really inspired me to want to do this and like live this lifestyle. So I think I'm confident in it just because it's like the next step I need to take. And I know I need help in this area. So it's like just a step I want to take to make this goal work for me. So I'm confident in doing it.
Okay. And you had spoken about your roommate situation. Do you think that how are you gonna help them kind of see in line and eye to eye with you with these goals? Like the support system at home, how is that gonna?
Yeah, I think they'll be really supportive. Like, I think if anything, they'll like want to come with me when I work out and stuff. And I think that like fitness and health is something that's on all of our minds, and it's just like we all kind of have a tendency to put it aside. And so I think if like one of us takes initiative, it'll definitely be supportive, and they'll just be like, yeah, like I'll get on board with you. So I mean, hopefully that's what they do, but I think that's what.
Yeah, perfect. I'm sure that they will. Perfect. All right. So just to make sure that we're on the same page, then what exactly is the SMART goal that we set
for this week?
Yeah, for moving forward. So what exact changes, just so that we make sure we're on the same page with this?
Yeah, so to keep it smart or whatever, I want to keep it specific, so I'll still go on Mondays. And then I'll go on Monday and try to meet with the dietitian or whatever, and still talk about health food and talk about health food, but like convenient food also, and like maybe things with like lower meal prep time. So I still get meals and stuff, but they just take less time to prepare, and like maybe something more like on the go, or like I talked about making something the night before and then having it, or like whenever I have time. So yeah, I think meeting with her will really, really help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you want to just have met with her by the next time that we meet, and you can come with like some brainstormed ideas, suggestions that she gave that just are a little bit more tailored to your life.
Yeah. That's exactly what my goal will be.
All right. Perfect, Anne. Well, thank you so much for all of your hard work this session. I can see that you're really ambitious, and I mean, I think you have a lot of good stuff going for you. You're so motivated to reach these goals, and that's great. What feedback do you have for me? How could I make these sessions more efficient?
No, I think you're doing really good. I really like how we touch on each of my weekly goals, because those are definitely on my mind, and I like talking about it and like getting encouragement from you and suggestions from you. And I think it's good that you bring up the 3-month goals too, because I feel like it would be really easy with me looking like so week by week. I'm not looking big picture, so I like that you force me to look at like 3 months down the line what the results are going to be, because that's not something I would do on my own. So yeah,
just kind of reconnecting and making sure you're still in touch with the root of your wellness vision.
Yes, exactly.
All right, perfect. Well, it was so good meeting with you.
You too.
We can schedule the next session.
Perfect.
Yes, 29 minutes.